Joshua Chamberlain on Little Round Top. We did more on Culp's Hill than they did. So they're going to take part in the attack that's going to be moving around the base of the mountain. 2 regiments of Cobbins are on their right. Cadney's brigade on the left. And Whittaker Brigade in second line. And it's going to show that they did pretty good. After the skirmish, after advancing about 1.25 miles, the division became engaged. They were advancing under sharp fire around the northern slope of Missionary Ridge, where we are. Finding its way to a point some 200 yards beyond the Craven's house. 200 yards beyond there, which line it held until relieved at 3 p.m. by the troops of Candy's brigade, commanded by Colonel Craven. The Craven's brigade passed over 2 abandoned guns, so they captured those 2 guns of Hollow's battery. These were the only Confederate guns on the northern slope of the mountain, so they're doing pretty good. Ireland has about 9 months to live. You will die of something more dangerous than a bullet in the closing days of the Atlanta campaign, when he dies of malaria. And this talks about Hooker. Primarily, we're going to talk about Hooker at the fight on the 24th, between 8 and 10 a.m. This is when the fog is in. Geary's division and Whittaker's brigade have crossed Lookout Creek at Light's Mill. We'll be very close to that in about 45 minutes. A short brigade of crossed Lookout Creek at Light's Mill, a short distance south of the Wauhatchie Station. Concealed by the fog, marched directly up the mountain to the Palisades. That's where we were, the Palisades. Facing toward its north point and moved forward. Gross's brigade crossed Lookout Creek above and in the vicinity of the railroad. That's downstream. And advanced on the left of Geary's line. After crossing the creek, Osterhaus's division moved with its left on the river road. That's the road the vehicles, wagons, traveled from Bridgeport to Chattanooga. With its left on the river road, its right extending toward Craven's. Hooker has 9,000 men. Opposing force until after the Union advance reached the Craven's house was Walthall's brigade. So you're going to be fairly lonely. 1,400 men against 9,000 Union veterans. They reached the Craven house. A picket force from 225 men from Moore's brigade, extending from Chattanooga Creek to Lookout Creek. Geary's division on the western slope of the mountain. Forces brigade and Osterhaus's division attacked out in front. The 1,000 of this force was on picket. So they're going to carry the position here, and the Yankees occupy the Craven house, and they're looking pretty good. So here's the way If I'm a Union, I'm coming this way.
Ed, was that house present?
That house is a subsequent to the Civil War, yes. It's a kind of a caretaker's house. This talks about Truss Division, which is supporting, these are men from the Army of the Cumberland. They're supporting Hooker's attack. And if we left Point Park, this is how we arrive in the area. If we had walked down that 1.25 miles, walking down the mountain, would arrive on this trail here. You wanted to go back there, you got 1.25 miles and you'll be back at Point Park.
It goes up? It goes all the way up?
Yep. And this talks about Geary's men who hold the Union right. Cobbin's right flank anchors on the palisade. And Candy is on the extreme left. And by mid-afternoon, the Confederates have been driven from this position. And the next morning, the 8th Kentucky will take their colors and beat the 28th Pennsylvania to the top at the point. And just as the fog breaks, they unfurl the United States colors, which they can see from Orchard Knob, which is a good symbol of success. Any questions?
Where's Orchard Knob over there?
Orchard Knob. The fog is in the distance. You can just barely see the outline of Missionary Ridge. Orchard Knob would be about halfway between the built-up area of present-day Chattanooga and Missionary Ridge.
Mm-hmm.